When it comes to Bluetooth headphones, there are just countless different models that you could choose from different manufacturers in different price ranges. Well, I just picked these headphones up from MPOW, and these are the H12s, and I got them for $29. And that's pretty darn low. So we're gonna test to see how low a price tag you can really pay for something that's actually decent. Let's see if these are any good, and let's make it simple. Greetings and salutations, my friends. My name is Travis, aka Dad, and welcome to Dad Does Tech, and my goal is to help you find the right gear and get the most out of it. Now, the question we're trying to answer today is $30 too cheap for a good pair of headphones? The MPOW H12 IPOs are priced at a retail price of $59.99. Now, like I said, I got these for $29.99, and that's a sale price that I find somewhat often. Usually it's between $30 and $40 as their sale price with coupons or limited lightning deals on Amazon. So if you're seeing them at full price, give it a few days, you'll probably see them for less pretty soon. So even though these headphones aren't retail priced at $30, you can find them in that $30 price range so often that I consider them more or less $30 headphones. So now that we've put on our $30 lenses, let's go ahead and take a look at what you would get with these headphones for that price. The MPOW H12 IPOs are over-the-ear headphones with memory foam ear cups, Bluetooth 5.0, CVC 8.0 noise canceling for phone calls to give you better phone call quality. They also come with 40mm dynamic drivers, as well as up to 40 hours of battery life on a single charge, and believe it or not, active noise cancellation that claims to be able to remove up to 90% of low frequencies. Another neat feature of these headphones that is something that you see less often with lower end headphones is that they have two Bluetooth channels, meaning you can connect to two different devices at the same time, such as a phone and a computer, without having to forget one of those devices to pair it to another one. That's pretty nice. As far as their design goes, these headphones are a little bit more on the generic side. They look a lot like just about any other low-end headphones that are over-the-ear models. The ear cups on these headphones do rotate so that you can lay them flat on any surface, as well as fold in so that you can make them a little bit more compact when you're trying to store them in the small carrying bag that it comes with. The button layout on these headphones is very minimalistic. The right ear cup houses a volume rocker that when you press up and down will act for your volume controls, and if you long press either of those buttons in the volume rocker, it'll also act as your skip and previous tracks. In the middle of the volume rocker is the power button, and if you long press it, it'll turn your headphones on or off. And if you press it 3 times, that will also act as your play pause button. On the left ear cup, there is a single button for your active noise canceling, and if you press that, a green light will turn on to show you that it's been activated. Underneath that is a USB Type-C port, which will get you 4 hours of battery life in just 10 minutes with its quick charging capabilities. When it comes to build quality, I would say that the build quality is definitely a little bit underwhelming on these headphones. I haven't had any issues with them, and they fit my head, and they definitely have decent flex, but I wouldn't go twisting these around or throwing them all over the place if I was expecting them to last a long time, because the build quality is definitely not as solid as some of those higher end headphones, and that's because these are made out of strictly plastic, and, well, plastic breaks. While the build quality may be less than stellar on these headphones, I will say the plastic build does have its advantages, and that is that they are a lot lighter than some of those more premium headphones, which usually weigh over 13 ounces. These weigh just over 9 ounces, which is going to feel a whole lot lighter on your head. As far as comfort goes, I was honestly pretty surprised with how comfortable these headphones were. The ear cups were way more soft than I thought they would be, and they used the same material up in the headband to give you a little extra cushion on the top of your head as well. I was surprised to find that the cushion on the top of the headband was sufficient for me to wear these headphones for multiple hours without experiencing any pain from downward pressure on the top of my head. Usually that's something I get after multiple hours of use, but in this instance it wasn't really an issue because of the lightweight materials and the ample cushion. However, I'm still somebody who typically doesn't like to wear headphones for more than 2 to 3 hours at a time before I want to break and my ears get too hot. Speaking of hot ears, these are marketed to have good heat dissipation, and I will say it was surprisingly better than I expected it to be. When it comes to sub $75 headphones, usually my ears are super toasty after a couple hours, and these did a fairly good job of keeping the airflow going, and my ears were never as hot as I expected them to be. If you're strictly wearing these headphones in Bluetooth mode, you should expect to see about 40 hours of battery life. If you turn ANC on while in Bluetooth mode, then you're gonna see about 30 hours of battery life. And honestly, that is pretty darn good. Anytime you are getting more hours of battery life than you are in dollars that you paid for the headphones to begin with, that's a pretty good deal. Overall, I found my experience with these headphones as far as battery life goes to be pretty accurate in terms of what was advertised. One of the things you may be wondering about these headphones is if they've got any type of water resistance or waterproof ratings. And as far as I can tell in the materials in the box and on their website, they do not. So do not take these out in the rain, do not take them in the pool, do not take them in any place where they're going to get wet. But just because they don't have a waterproof rating doesn't mean they can't stack up to things like sweat. And that was what I wanted to test, because there's a lot of people who want to take them to the gym or go running with their headphones, and they'll probably buy headphones like this for that purpose. So I went ahead and did some exercises and I did some workout routines while using these headphones where I got pretty sweaty. And as far as I can tell, these have held up just fine. So they seem to have at least enough sweat resistance to be able to be used for this purpose. Take that with a grain of salt because these are just my uses and that they've worked for me, but I just thought I would throw that in there just in case you were wondering. If you're someone like me who takes a lot of phone calls or video calls and you're planning on using these headphones for that, it's probably pretty important to you that we touch on the microphones that are built into these headphones. So let's listen to some mic samples and you can be the judge.
This is a microphone test of the MPOW H12 IPO over-the-ear headphones recorded into my Google Pixel 4 XL using a Bluetooth recorder app. This is roughly what you should expect to hear when using these headphones for phone calls using a mobile device. What do you think? Now you're hearing what these mics sound like when there's background noise. I have some simulated coffee shop noise going on in the background and it is very loud. But the CVC 8.0 on these headphones is supposed to filter out some of that noise to make the voice come across a little bit better. So how does it sound?
Now you can be the judge on what you thought of those microphone samples, but in my opinion, I thought they were above average, and I've used these on a number of different Zoom calls, Microsoft Teams, and even on my phone using Google Duo, and I've had absolutely no problems using them so far. There is a little bit of noticeable lag, especially as the calls go on, but overall, no one's ever had any issues hearing me, so they're rock solid. Speaking of rock solid, the Bluetooth connection on these headphones is exactly that. And I have a number of different headphones, and these are in the top tier, I would say, as far as Bluetooth connection goes. Even with a few walls in between, these had no problem staying connected to my devices. If you're buying these headphones for media consumption, such as watching videos on Netflix or Hulu or YouTube for that matter, then you'll probably notice right away that there is a little bit of latency. It's not super bad, but it's definitely there, and I wanted you to be aware of it. But I think it's something you'll probably find to be a pretty common thing, especially in budget headphones such as these. It's not a deal breaker in my opinion because it's not really bad, but it's definitely something to be aware of. I think you've waited long enough. Let's talk about the sound quality, because that's why you're here, right? Keeping in mind that these are $30 headphones, these sound amazing. I am shocked at how good these sound for the price. They are so much better than half of the headphones I try in the budget spectrum, and I'm really just thrilled to say that they sound super good. If you love low end and bass, you'll be really happy because there's a lot of that. If you're somebody who's like me and you prefer more of a balanced sound, cool thing, there's a way to get it. If you turn active noise canceling on, when you turn ANC on, the frequency shifts are fairly substantial. Now, if you watched my S2 video for the Super EQ S2s, those are a pair of on-ear headphones that when you turn the active noise cancellation on, the audio literally got destroyed. All low end was gone. It just became hot garbage as far as the ANC mode was concerned. These, when you turn the ANC mode, not only does it work, you're also getting a far superior sound in my opinion. The sound becomes a lot more balanced and you've still got some low end in there. It's not completely overwhelming and the clarity is great. On top of that, there is something that's symptomatic in my opinion of all low end headphones. There's very few exceptions. There are some, but there's very few of them. Most low end headphones have also low volume problems where these headphones don't get loud enough. So when you're finding yourself pushing them up to 100%, even in quieter spaces. These headphones also have that problem. However, when you turn active noise canceling on, not only does it change the frequencies and you get more balance, but you also get about 30% more volume, which is awesome. And it's also eliminating some of that low end sound in the ambient noise around you. So you're getting 25 to 30% more volume, plus the isolation is going to make it not so necessary to turn it all the way up to 100%. So that's just something I think that is really neat about these headphones, and it's definitely a big benefit for those who need the volume to get a little bit louder if you use these in louder spaces. Overall, these headphones really surprised me, and I'm really impressed by them. Are they better than $200 headphones? No. Are they better than $100 headphones? Probably not most of them, but these are $30 headphones, and they get excellent value and bang for your buck, great performance, comfortable to wear, ANC that works, sound that's great, and up to 40 hours of battery life for $30. I don't know what else you could ask for in this price range, so they get my stamp of approval and a big thumbs up from me. And that's gonna do it for this video. If you have any additional questions about things that I did not cover, be sure to drop them down in the comments below. And if you liked this video, found it helpful or mildly entertaining, go ahead and smash that like button, click subscribe, and tap on that little bell so you get notified every time I make a new video. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Later.